What just happened? Did BTS's Jimin really dare to break tradition at an official event for the very first time? The answer is yes, and the shockwave it created is still shaking every corner of the internet. Fans around the globe are stunned, overwhelmed, and unable to believe their own eyes. Could this single moment change the way the entire world sees him forever? Or was it a fleeting flash of rebellion that will haunt every replay button for years to come? The atmosphere was set like any other official appearance. Cameras flashing, applause, thundering, fans waiting for Jimin's signature bow, the gentle smile that always carried both grace and discipline. No one could have predicted what came next. In an instant, the world's angel turned the stage into a battlefield of emotions. Jimin, the man known for his perfection, shattered every expectation with a move so raw, so fearless, that it felt like history was being rewritten in real time. The silence after his act was deafening. Then came the gasps. Then the screams. Did he really just do that? Was the collective cry heard across the globe? Social media exploded within seconds, hashtags of his name colliding with words like unreal, fearless, and legendary. Even veteran armies, those who thought they had seen it all, admitted they sat frozen, replaying the clip over and over, desperate to confirm it wasn't just a dream. But this wasn't just shock value. This was Jimin unmasked. It was rebellion wrapped in vulnerability. It was the moment an idol stopped being an idol and became something far greater, a force of nature daring to break his own chains. For years, Jimin has been admired as the angel of BTS, the one who balanced vulnerability with grace, beauty with strength. But in that one heartbeat, he flipped the script. He wasn't there to meet expectations, he was there to destroy them. And he did it with eyes that gleamed as if they were whispering to the world, "I am more than what you expect of me." The crowd felt the shift instantly. The venue turned electric. Hosts stumbled to keep their composure, and even fellow celebrities looked shaken. It wasn't a performance, it was a confession, a cry of freedom disguised as a single act. The reactions have been as divided as they are passionate. Some fans cried tears of pride, calling it the most defining moment of his career. Others whispered questions late into the night. Is this the beginning of a new Jimin? Is this a hidden side finally revealed? Or was this a once-in-a-lifetime shock that may never return? Media outlets scrambled for answers. Analysts debated whether it was a calculated artistic choice or a spontaneous eruption of truth. Critics wondered if it was too much for an official stage. But for every skeptic, there were thousands more celebrating. Because sometimes the bravest act isn't to entertain, it's to risk everything for authenticity. And Jimin did exactly that. He risked perfection, he risked reputation, he risked being misunderstood. And in doing so, he gave fans something priceless proof that he isn't just flawless, he's fearlessly human. Social media remains ablaze, clips circulating endlessly with captions like, "He set himself free," and "This is history in motion." Fans write messages filled with trembling pride. "Thank you, Jimin, for trusting us with this side of you. You've taught us how to be brave." The irony? What some feared might harm him has instead elevated him higher than ever. Because legends aren't created by playing it safe. Legends are born when the world gasps, when silence turns into thunder, and when one man dares to do what no one else would. And that's exactly what Jimin did. So the question now lingers like smoke in the air. Was this the spark of a new era for Jimin, or a single act that will forever stand as a symbol of his courage? Nobody knows for sure, but one thing is undeniable: the world will never look at him the same way again. Tell me this. When you first saw the moment, what did you feel? Did you scream in disbelief? Did you cry in pride? Or did you freeze? Replaying the clip just to be sure you weren't dreaming. Share your thoughts. Because this story isn't just Jimin's, it belongs to everyone who witnessed it. And here's the truth you can't ignore. If Jimin was brave enough to shock the world once, he can do it again. And when that day comes, none of us will be ready. What just happened? Did BTS's Jimin really dare to break tradition at an official event for the very first time? The world is still gasping for answers. Fans are stunned, critics are debating, and social media has turned into a battlefield of emotions. Was it rebellion? Was it art? Or was it something deeper, something Jimin has been holding back for years? The moment unfolded like a storm disguised as silence. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The stage was set in elegance, with cameras flashing and applause rising like thunder as the BTS members entered. Every fan in the room expected the same routine they had memorized over the years. Jimin's soft bow, his warm smile, his graceful wave that carried both humility and strength. He has always been the embodiment embodiment of composure, the angel of BTS who could balance vulnerability with perfection. But then it happened. In a single heartbeat, the script shattered. Jimin did something so uncharacteristically bold, so raw, so fearlessly human, that the air itself seemed to freeze. It wasn't staged. It wasn't filtered. It wasn't the Jimin the world thought it knew. It was Jimin unmasked, daring to show a side of himself no one believed he would ever reveal. The gasps echoed instantly. Fans clutched their chests. The hosts fumbled with their words. Even celebrities in the crowd exchanged stunned glances, unsure how to react. Within seconds, social media was ablaze. Did Jimin really just do that? Became the question flooding timelines across every continent. Clips spread like wildfire, replayed in disbelief, analyzed frame by frame. What exactly did he do that left the world breathless? That's the very mystery driving millions into an endless spiral of curiosity. Some say it was rebellion, a deliberate break from the strict traditions idols are expected to follow. Others believe it was vulnerability, a confession without words, a silent scream of freedom that only true fans could understand. Whatever it was, the impact is undeniable, the shockwave that shook the world. Within minutes, hashtags trended globally. Number Jimin shock, number unmasked Jimin, number history made. Fans called it the most defining moment of his career. Even veteran armies who thought they had seen every side of him admitted they were caught off guard. Many confessed they cried not out of sadness, but pride. Because in that single act, Jimin wasn't just performing. He was risking, he was daring, he was breaking free. "Thank you, Jimin, for trusting us with this side of you," one fan wrote, their words echoing across thousands of shared posts. "You've taught us how to be brave. But bravery always comes with a cost." The debate begins. Media outlets scrambled to make sense of it. Analysts argued whether this was a calculated artistic choice or an unplanned eruption of truth. Critics questioned if it was appropriate for such a formal stage. Sponsors whispered concerns. Management remained silent. And yet, the louder the skeptics became, the more powerful the voices of support grew. Fans around the world declared this was the Jimin they had been waiting to see, not just the flawless idol, but the fearless man behind the image. Was it controversial? Yes. Was it unforgettable? Absolutely. Sometimes controversy doesn't destroy careers, it creates legends. And in that instant, Jimin wasn't just another superstar walking the red carpet of life. He was history in motion, a personal confession without words. Perhaps what made this moment so unforgettable wasn't the act itself, but the emotion it carried. Jimin's eyes told a story the world had never heard before. In them, fans saw fire and fragility colliding. Strength trembling beside vulnerability, control surrendering to chaos. It was as though he was whispering silently, "I am more than what you expect of me. I will no longer be caged by perfection." And fans understood. They always do. That is the unbreakable bond between BTS and ARMY, an invisible language of trust and love that needs no translation. For years, Jimin has been celebrated as the angel of BTS, admired for his delicate beauty, his artistry, his ability to comfort millions without ever stepping into controversy. But in this single moment, he revealed something else: unpredictability. He proved he is not just perfection polished by the industry, he is raw, real, and willing to risk everything to show it. The ripple effect. What cannot be denied is the ripple effect this moment created. It wasn't just about Jimin making headlines, it was about Jimin shaking hearts. Suddenly, even those who had never followed BTS closely found themselves searching his name, replaying the clips, trying to understand the weight of what they had witnessed. And perhaps that is the true power of what happened. He didn't just shock his fans, he shocked the world. A moment that refuses to fade. Days later, the memory lingers. Fans replay the videos endlessly, dissecting every gesture, every glance, searching for hidden meaning. Was it rebellion? Was it a confession? Was it art? Or was it truth unmasked? No one knows for certain, and maybe that's why the moment is so powerful. It lives in the space between answers, a mystery that pulls millions deeper into the storm. The question that remains: so, what happens next? Will Jimin continue to push these boundaries, ushering in a new era of artistry and authenticity? Or will this remain a singular flash of rebellion, a once-in-a-lifetime shock he may never repeat? Only Jimin knows. But one thing is certain, the world is watching more closely than ever before. His every move, every choice, now carries the weight of that unforgettable act. And here's the real question. What did you feel when you first saw it? Did you scream? Did you cry? Did you sit frozen, replaying it again and again, just to believe it was real? Because if Jimin has proven anything, it's this. The next time he dares to step on stage, none of us will be ready. He is no longer just the angel of BTS. He is a force of nature. A phenomenon rewriting history, one bold move at a time. And when the world thought the moment had passed, it lingers haunting timelines, fueling conversations, and igniting curiosity that refuses to die down. Because Jimin didn't just break tradition, he broke free, and nothing will ever be the same again.